Hello guys, so in the last class we spoke about the preparations of caustic soda, that is NaOH. Now let's talk about, in fact, the preparations also, as I said, Na2CO3 and from NaCl. From Na2CO3 we have two processes. One is the caustic soda, that is causticization, Gaussian process, and the other one is Lewis process. And from NaCl we have two processes, two cells, electrolysis of two cells. One is the Kastner-Kellner cell and the other one is the Nelson cell. Okay, Nelson cell we have, I told you to remember the cathode, anode and at anode, at cathode what are the reactions, and I hope you have watched the videos and you have made the notes also. Now today let's talk about the properties. Okay, so properties and then one more compound of sodium, that is sodium carbonate. Okay, so the properties of that. Okay, so NaOH, pure NaOH, whatever the NaOH that we have obtained from any of the cells or any of the methods, that is the pure NaOH is not. In order to get the pure NaOH, the commercial NaOH, whatever the NaOH we have got obtained from the other cases, you just treat it with what? Alcohol. Why alcohol? Because the NaOH dissolves in the alcohol and other impurities of sodium, carbonate or sodium, whatever the NaCl is there, they do not dissolve in the alcohol, they dissolve in water. So when I use alcohol, NaOH gets dissolved in it. So these fellows do not dissolve and I can separate them as a filtrate. And now the alcohol with the NaOH is then distilled, distillation process during Tarvata. We find that the alcoholic solution is distilled to get NaOH. So that's what the pure NaOH is obtained. Now talking about the properties. So first it is the white crystalline, soapy to touch. NaOH, if you have observed the caustic soda, it is very soapy to touch and it is bitter in taste. Same density is also almost just like NaCl. Okay, twice that of water, and melting point is 318.4 degrees Celsius and soluble in water. Okay, like relatively NaOH is soluble in water as also soluble in alcohol. Okay, they both are soluble. In both the solvents it is soluble. Then talking about its various chemical properties, reactions with respect to this. Okay. Alright, so first NaOH on reacting with what? I hope it is visible. Yeah. So NaOH is visible, sorry, NaOH is reacting with water, first with air. On reaction with air, what happens? Again, anticipate, don't buy at the products or reaction, anticipate the reaction. NaOH on reacting with carbon dioxide. In the atmosphere we have the carbon dioxide and oxygen and nitrogen and all. So it reacts with carbon dioxide in presence of moisture and forms sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 plus reducing water. Okay, so this is a reaction. And then the first one, that is reaction with the most important chemical properties of NaOH and sodium carbonate. These two things are most important as far as competitive exams are concerned. So let's do it cleanly and with great attention. And you know, like it is strong alkali. What is a strong alkali? Alkali meaning it is strong base. Strong base meaning it produces what ions? OH minus ions. Strong base or strong alkali. So now that is NaOH breaks down as Na plus and OH minus. Now this OH minus ions is responsible for its nature. So with various things, how does it react? Let's see. So first with acids. Okay, you know, like with acids, acid plus base gives, right from instant we are studying this, acid plus base gives salt and water. So no, so that's the example. So acid HCl on reacting with NaOH. NaOH is a base, HCl is acid. Acid plus base gives NaCl, that is salt plus water. Similarly, write the products for this one, this and this. I hope you have written by this time. Sulfuric acid plus NaOH, sodium sulfate plus Na2SO4 plus water. So, sodium sulfate plus water. H3PO4. Same again. Sodium phosphate. Na3PO4 plus water. So mind it, formula of sodium phosphate is Na3PO4. Formula of sodium sulfate is Na2SO4. Why 2 here, why 3 here? Sulfate SO4 is -2 charge. Phosphate is PO4 -3 charge. So that when it crisscross, it gets 3 and 2 respectively. Okay, fine. So this is about the reactions with acids. Now next one, reaction with acidic oxides. Properties that are related with acidic oxides. Acidic oxide same. Acidic oxide aina gaani acid gaani. Reaction em avutundante same reaction unnadi. Salt plus water. That is, we have acidic oxide on reacting with base NaOH will form salt plus water. Okay. So NaOH is our base. Acidic oxide, normal ga manaki acidic oxides then antamu ante non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Remember this most important point. Okay. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Metallic oxides are what? Basic in nature. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Manam cool drinks తాగుతాం, right? Cool drinks. So cool drinks are nothing but the carbonated water, sugar water filled with carbon dioxide. Ante. So carbon dioxide is acidic water or acidic content, because carbon is a non-metal. Carbon dioxide is acidic in nature. On the other hand, suppose if we are suffering, like if our parents or if our grandparents are suffering from acidity, they take tablets, right? Gelusil or Eno, right? So what do they contain? They contain mostly of oxides of magnesium. Now magnesium is a metal. Magnesium oxide is basic in nature. So acidity in our stomach, tablet, magnesium oxide, basic, acid plus base, neutralization. Same. Now what is the point I wanted to remember is this. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, metallic oxides are basic in nature. Right now we are talking about acidic oxides. So acidic oxides are non-metallic or metallic? Non-metallic. So carbon dioxide is a non-metallic, sulfur dioxide is a non-metallic, nitrogen dioxide is a non-metallic oxide. Yes or no? So reaction is same. NaOH plus CO2 gives salt, Na2CO2 plus water. NaOH plus SO2 gives sodium sulfate plus water. NaOH plus NO2 gives, here is a point, it can form two compounds, that is sodium nitrate, and other one is sodium nitrite. This is nitrite. It can form mixture of sodium nitrate and nitrites plus water. So that is with respect to acidic oxides. The next one, that is with respect to the amphoteric oxides. Now amphoteric oxides is most important fact. Pay attention. So amphoteric oxides ante enti first of all. Amphoteric oxides ante those oxides of metals near to, or first definition radam tarvata em form chestam. Amphoteric oxides ante which can react with both acid and base. Amphoteric oxides are reactive towards acid as well as base. Such an oxide which can react with both acid as well as a base. So such an oxides are called as amphoteric oxides. Now these amphoteric oxides, by what elements these amphoteric oxides are formed? Amphoteric oxides are generally formed by the metals near to metalloids. Okay, metalloids ki దగ్గరగా ఉన్న metals అన్నమాట. For example, so if you look up here, so now boron, aluminium is a, like more or less it is near to the metalloid. Silicon is a metalloid, right? So aluminium is near to the metalloid, right? So aluminium, zinc, then tin and lead. So these fellows, aluminium, zinc, tin and lead, they are metals. These are the metals that are near to the metalloids. These metalloids are not. So near to the metalloids kabatti they generally form amphoteric oxides. And what are amphoteric oxides? Amphoteric oxides are the metal oxides that can react with both acids as well as bases. Such an oxides are called as amphoteric oxides. So right now aluminium, zinc, tin, lead, we majorly see about these things. So aluminium oxide. So aluminium, just now as I said, and zinc, tin and lead also there. So on a whole, what happens with these reactions? Most important, very very important. Remember this, the formulas and the names. They form, for example, with respect to the aluminium oxide, it forms aluminium oxide and reacting with form sodium meta-aluminate. Formula NaAlO2, sodium meta-aluminate, NaAlO2 plus water. The same thing. Metal oxides are what in nature? Metal oxides. Any metal oxides are generally dash in nature. Normally, metal oxides are, they are what in nature? Thought, right? So ultimately, salt and water should form with base, right? So what you observe is the Al2O3 plus NaOH will form salt and water, kind of salt and water, salt and water. Previously, salt and water. అన్నింటిలో కూడా salt water, salt water, salt water. ఇక్కడ ఆంఫోటరిక్ ఆక్సైడ్ లో సాల్ట్స్ యొక్క ఫార్ములాలు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడం చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో సోడియం మెటా అల్యూమినేట్ NaAlO2 and with zinc it forms sodium zincate, sodium zincate Na2ZnO2. With tin oxide SnO, tin oxides are of two things, with SnO and SnO2. If it is SnO, it forms stannite, stannite, Na2SnO2, stannite, Na2SnO2, stannite, and Na2SnO3, stannate. Stannates are formed by SnO2, stannites are formed by SnO. Okay, so these points you must be remembering it, because those are relatively very very important. One more time, with amphoteric oxides, like with aluminium oxide, if it forms sodium meta-aluminate, and with zinc oxide it forms sodium zincate. With SnO, stannites, SnO2, stannates. Stannite అంటే Na2SnO2, stannite అంటే Na2SnO3 వస్తుంది, 3. Okay, so just remember this difference. Then talking about the next one, that is with non-metals. So with metals done, with non-metals. Now with non-metals, as usual, X2 refers to halogens. Phosphorus, sulfur, silicon, boron, these are the various non-metals we use. So in these non-metals, we see the first one, halogens. And with halogens, most important, two things. NaOH, that is cold and dilute. Apart from that, hot and concentrated. These rendu kuda chala important reactions. Group 17 in 12th standard we will study about it again in detail. As of now, information. Elaga cold and dilute low halogens to react aithe, any halogen, cold and dilute low, it forms salt as usual plus water as usual. Cold aithe ganaka NaXO, where X represents what? Halogens. Chlorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Mostly you will see with chlorine and bromine here also. So NaXO. Cold and dilute aithe NaXO. Hot and concentrated aithe NaXO3. Okay, oxidation states +5 వస్తుంది అన్నమాట ఇక్కడ. You will see that in the group 17 clearly. So right now information తో మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటి అంటే కోల్డ్ అండ్ డైల్యూట్ అయితే ఒక ప్రొడక్ట్ వస్తుంది, హాట్ అండ్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ అయితే ఇంకొక ప్రొడక్ట్ వస్తుంది. రెండిట్లో సాల్ట్ అండ్ వాటర్ మాత్రం కామన్. సాల్ట్ అండ్ వాటర్. డిఫరెన్స్ ఎక్కడ అంటే కోల్డ్ అండ్ డైల్యూట్లో NaXO, హాట్ అండ్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్లో NaXO3. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ సోడియం హైపోహాలైట్. Hypohalite and halate. Okay, with a simple example, let's say for example NaOH on treating with chlorine. If I write with cold and dilute, it will form as usual salt and water, NaCl plus water plus, apart from this what should I say, cold and dilute lo ఏమవ్వాలి, NaOCl should be formed, or I can also write it as what, NaClO. Okay, this is called as sodium hypochlorite. On the other hand, if I use NaOH with concentrated and hot and concentrated form, of chlorine. If I use, then I do what do I get? Say salt plus water plus. Should I get NaClO again? No. What is concentrated? NaClO3. And what is its name? Sodium dash. Fill the blank by yourself. Halate and chlorate also. Okay. This is the most important. Put a big star mark for this. No matter how many star marks you put, because JEE lo chala sarlu adigina point idu. Clear? Fine. Okay. So let's move to the next one. Before I go further, hope you have taken note of these things. Just take the names also. Alright, so now let's move further. That is with the other non-metals. So halogens daripayi. Halogens over chlorine and bromine are most important. Remember this very many times. I am telling you again and again. Talking about the next one, that is with other non-metals. Phosphorus. So phosphorus, it forms sodium hypophosphite, just like sodium hypochlorite. We have sodium hypophosphite plus releasing most important thing, that is phosphine gas. PH3, phosphine gas. Then with sulfur, it forms same thing. Hypophosphite form in ikkada hypo anukunda gaani thio anta. Thiosulfate is formed. Normally we know like SO4 minus 2 is called as sulfate. కానీ ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ రీప్లేస్ చేసి SO4 minus 2 కదా. Let me draw it structure. I have already represented SO4 minus 2, right? So if one of the oxidants is replaced by the sulfur, then we call it as ఇది ఆక్సిజన్ అయితే సల్ఫేట్ అంటాం. సల్ఫర్ కి ఇంకొక నేమ్ థయో అంటాం. థయోసల్ఫేట్ అంటాం. థయోసల్ఫేట్. ఓకే, సో థయోసల్ఫేట్. With the thiosulfate, we have got Na2S2O3. Sodium sulfate formula Na2SO4. ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ రీప్లేస్ చేసేసాము, సల్ఫర్ ని యాడ్ చేసాము. So I have got Na2S2O3 plus sodium sulfide. This is called as what? Sodium sulfide plus water. Okay, so this is what we find the differences. The next one is silicon. Sodium silicate and sodium with boron borate. Sodium silicate formula Na2SiO3. Same thing with boron, sodium borate, Na3BO3. Okay. So these are the main properties of with non-metals. Moving ahead, with metals, all these metals which we have seen just now, NaOH products at the same time, NaOH plus Zn will form sodium zincate, right? Sodium zincate plus, in fact, with metals we have a point here. Just a second. Alright, so with metals I was talking about. So NaOH, when reacting with this, the point that I wanted you to write a note is it releases hydrogen gas. During chemical reaction of this one, it produces hydrogen gas is produced. ఇందాక మనం చూసాము మెటల్ ఆక్సైడ్ ఆంఫోటరిక్ ఆక్సైడ్స్ విత్ NaOH. ఆంఫోటరిక్ ఆక్సైడ్ విత్ NaOH లో ఏమవుతుంది? సాల్ట్ ప్లస్ వాటర్ ఫామ్ అయింది. కానీ ఇక్కడ నేను మెటల్ ఆక్సైడ్తో కాదు ట్రీట్ చేస్తాను, మెటల్స్ తోటి ట్రీట్ చేస్తున్నాను. మెటల్స్ తో ట్రీట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు వాటర్ ఫామ్ అవ్వాలా, హైడ్రోజన్ గ్యాస్ రిలీజ్ అవ్వాలా? ఆబ్వియస్లీ హైడ్రోజన్ గ్యాస్ రిలీజ్ అవ్వాలి. ఆక్సైడ్ లేదు కదా, జింక్ ఆక్సైడ్ కాదు. జింక్ ఆక్సైడ్ అయితే H2O వస్తుంది, జింక్ మాత్రమే. సో H2O రాదు, H2O వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో లెట్స్ లుక్ ఎట్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సో దట్ ఈస్ NaOH on treating with zinc will form sodium zincate, Na2Zn O2 plus H2 gas is released. So sodium zincate. Similarly, I can also write with aluminium. Guess what could be the product and formula? Pause it and recollect the things what you have learned earlier and write the formula. You must do it. If you are not doing it, there is no point. Just watching me, just watching the time going ahead will not help you. So sodium aluminate, aluminum and formula NaAlO dash should be O2 or should be O3? O2 I think will have 4, so 3 plus 1, right? Plus hydrogen gas is released. Then, if I have NaOH competing with tin again, now tin has got two different products. We have seen it. Stannite over is stannate socket. That is Na2 SnO2 plus H2. This can happen, or it can also react with what? Stannates Na2 SnO3 plus hydrogen gas is released. Okay, so depending upon the amounts of NaOH and tin that we are considering, ఎంత amounts తీసుకుంటున్నామో దాన్ని బట్టి SnO2 or SnO3 release అవుతుంది. Similarly, we can also look with respect to the lead. Okay, plumbites and plumbates. Okay, so same reaction. On a whole, point is this: in all the metals, these metals, when they react, it produces what? Hydrogen gas. Next, with salts. Metals అయిపోయింది, నాన్ మెటల్స్ అయిపోయింది, మెటల్ ఆక్సైడ్స్ అయిపోయింది, amphoteric oxides అయిపోయింది. Now with the salts, how does NaOH react with salt? Salt like ఇప్పుడు salts లో మళ్ళీ three things I have. One is insoluble. I think this is insoluble hydroxides. If it is insoluble hydroxide, one case, and insoluble hydroxide with excess of NaOH, another case, and unstable hydroxides, another case. Three cases ఉన్నాయి. So first case one చూద్దాం. That is insoluble hydroxides. Salts of nickel, iron, manganese, copper, they form insoluble hydroxides. These elements. Okay, so NaNO3 can react with NaOH. So salt, nickel nitrate is a salt. This salt are reacting with NaOH in a double displacement reaction. Sodium will go with NO3, that is sodium nitrate is formed, and Na will go with the hydroxide and form NaOH twice. Now this NaOH twice is insoluble. Okay, this is what? Insoluble. I can write like this. Insoluble hydroxide. Same way, FeSO4 plus NaOH gives FeOH twice plus Na2 also. This is also insoluble. What? Fill the blanks with this one. Write the products with this one. Write. Don't wait for me. Pause and write. If you have written, very good. If not, as usual, I'm helpless except to follow you guys. FeOH twice double displacement plus NaCl. What about CrCl3 and NaOH? CrH twice and NaCl. Okay, because I have got the 3 chlorines. So chlorine with plus 3. So there also we have what? Plus 3. So these are the products with insoluble hydroxides. Next, with insoluble hydroxides that dissolves in the excess of NaOH. ఇందాక మనం చూసాము insoluble hydroxides ఫామ్ అయ్యాయి. ఇప్పుడు జింక్ సల్ఫేట్ కూడా NaOH తో రియాక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు జింక్ హైడ్రాక్సైడ్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. This is also insoluble. కానీ if I use excess of NaOH, then this zinc hydroxide will dissolve in form, so that is soluble in product. Now, what should be that product? Write the formula of that product. I hope you are writing it. Zincate, sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2. Okay, then plus water is also released. Then similarly with AlCl3, first it forms what? AlCl3 will form same. First step hydroxide of aluminum, AlOH thrice plus NaCl. Now this aluminum hydroxide is similarly insoluble hydroxide. Now this insoluble hydroxide will dissolve AlOH thrice in the excess of NaOH. Do remember this, excess and mention chesaru ante don't write this one. Write the ultimate product, sodium beta-aluminate, NaAlO2 plus water again. Okay, so these are the products. Again, with respect to amphoteric oxides ganaka meer baga chadivi formulas and names gurtupetukunte ivanni easy ga vachestayi. Okay, so now get back to those and learn it there. With unstable hydroxides, so 3 things as I said. ఒకటి వచ్చేసి insoluble hydroxides, ఇంకోటి insoluble hydroxides కానీ excess of NaOH ఉంటే కనుక dissolve అయ్యేసి product form అవుతుంది. Third thing is unstable hydroxides. So silver and mercury especially least reactive metals అన్నమాట. ఈ రెండు కూడా NaOH తో రియాక్ట్ అయినప్పుడు it forms as usual hydroxides which are insoluble and NaOH not just insoluble, they are unstable also. So this will quickly break down into this one, oxide of silver and water, so which is a brown precipitate. So do remember this, competitive exams lo hint laga istaru anamata. A metal oxide which on reacting with NaOH will form insoluble and unstable hydroxide, which will further gives or dissociates into water and brown precipitate at that. So you must immediately get to that. What is that brown precipitate? Silver oxide. Okay. Similarly, HgCl2 will form yellow. Mercuric oxide is yellow. This is also AgOH twice. Sorry, AgOH and HgOH twice. They both are insoluble, and not only insoluble, they are also unstable. So that's why they break down. This HgOH breaks down into HgO and H2. So with that, the properties of NaOH is also done. Most important. So again, I wish you re-watch this video again, because this is most important as far as NEET and JEE are concerned. Okay, and make the notes. Okay, just take down the previous things and wind it up. Next, we'll move to the next one. Ma.